He was toxic. He was the original toxic king.
He was toxic.
Bro, that's what he was saying.
And my boy was like, he was lit on that. Like, he had crazy word flow. Okay, I remember when I first heard that, I hated it. Like, when I was a little kid and I heard that.
I'm so fired up right now. We got George Strait on the call. Let's go.
All right, boys, we are back. Officially, the first episode of season 2 of the Within Range podcast. Episode 29 to be specific, Jared, if we're continuing from the last number.
But season 2, episode 1, if you're counting otherwise.
Correct. And as you know, it's your boys Don Juan, Jared Suter, and the Ear God. So, guys, we had to start this one out right. I mean, it's special for a few reasons. It's the first episode of season 2. The guest we have on is another reason to celebrate. So we had to go back and get the bottle of Miley Grand Cru, Jared.
It's tradition at this point.
And
We said it.
maybe our signature bottle of the pod.
Back
We're
to
thinking
back.
about it.
We're hoping. Miley, hit us up.
So, yeah, we had to do it. But Drew and Jared, just real quick before we get into the intro of our guests, how are you guys feeling about the start of this real quick?
Man, I'm ready to be back in the saddle. Been watching a lot of Yellowstone on the break. It was nice to get a little feeling like John Dutton getting back here. So ready to take over, dude.
Okay. Drew, how you feeling?
And I started watching Entourage again, so, Ari Gold, nothing like to get inspired by,
Excellent.
Enough said.
Yeah, man. I'm really excited, man. This is something that I feel like is going to be a really cool kickoff. This guest, man, is just doing some really cool things, and I just love the way, he goes about himself, man. It's really good branding, really cool music. So it's going to be a special one.
Man, Drew, well, let's get into it, man. Speaking of our guest today, he is one that I personally feel like people may want to know more about. I know when I started hearing the music, seeing the videos, I was like, okay, who is this and what is he about? And not only does he have dope music and is he a dope artist, but I think he pretty much produces a majority of his own stuff too, right? Which says a lot.
Fact.
Says a lot about him.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Gotta respect it, man. His look is dope. His image is dope. If you follow him on the socials, you just want to know what he's up to, man. What else can I say about him? He's got everything from solo projects to collab projects to features to singles. From right here, Jared, in our very own backyard, representing DDI and Phoenix, Arizona. We are sitting with Mr. IBeenPretty, a.k.a. Mr. Since Been Pretty, a.k.a. how you putting Gucci on your feet but you ain't 10 toes.
Yes,
Like,
sir.
tell him.
Pretty
Yes,
in the
sir.
motherfucking house.
That's the realest question we
they?
got.
How could they?
2021, that was the realest question there was, honestly. Definitely appreciate y'all for having me. First things first, but I've been pretty up in this motherfucker since _9_5. Fucking, I've been pretty everywhere. You know what I'm saying? You type that shit into Google, I come up. You know what
There
I'm
he
saying?
is.
Worldwide shit. But
go,
yeah,
bro.
appreciate y'all for having me. Fucking first one. Appreciate the bottle. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be honest. Like I don't really do this much. But
We do tonight.
You know what I'm saying? We gonna do
Drew,
this.
cheers. Nah, Pretty, man. We appreciate you. Thank you for coming on. We wanted you on to not only be able to share your story and journey, but help bring ideas, creation, and inspiration to all of our listeners, man. So thank you. Thank you for coming on.
Of course. Appreciate y'all for real.
So first question I got, man. How long have you been pretty? How long have you been pretty?
Since 9/5, bro.
Since
That's it.
9/5.
There it is.
Dang.
There it is.
Since I popped out. You know what I'm saying?
Since the jump, from the jump.
I truly believe that. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
I was born in 92, but I would say I wasn't pretty until at least 2003.
Okay, it took
So
a bit.
it took a
It
little
took a
bit,
little
you
bit.
know. So
Yeah, for
you got me beat there, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, there was for sure. I'd say like your natural glow up.
Exactly. But
I
you just
knew
came
this
out.
shit from the
Exactly.
start.
Ben.
Hell yeah, bro.
I knew it from the start.
No, and I just want to say, man, just kind of playing off your name a bit, man. Like, there's so many things you could do with it. Jared and I literally talked about this, man. Like, you could make monikers and taglines. I mean, T-shirt, you name it,
The
bro.
I've
Like,
been brand, dude. Like
we
I've
talked
been
about it.
drinking.
That's it.
That's your liquor line. The
I've
I've
been
been smoking. That's your
smoking.
cannabis line, dude.
Yeah.
I've been
Oh,
dripping. That's the clothing. Like
Yeah.
it's just the
Hell
whole
yeah.
thing, dude. I've been producing.
Nah,
It's crazy,
literally.
dude. It's like it just fits a whole thing, man.
Nah, literally, people always like clown on my stories because I'm always wearing a jacket or like double layers, and they're always like, take that shit off. You're inside. Like, what are you doing? And I'm like, that's why I put on my story. Like, I've been cozy. Like, come on, bro.
cozy.
This
Being
is just what
cozy,
I
dude.
like. You know what I'm saying?
Stay cozy.
Hell yeah.
Man, so dope, bro. So, I know you grew up in Phoenix. You had mentioned kind of all over, nowhere in particular.
Yeah, I really grew up a lot of places, but I would say I grew up in Phoenix, like South Phoenix. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, I'd say so. My family is literally from. I'm a mutt, so my family is literally from everywhere. Like, fucking both sides of my pops, both sides of my mom, like New Mexico, fucking California.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So like, really, I was born here, but like, just with all my family, I was fucking everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I was literally everywhere.
I've been everywhere.
Yeah.
Seriously,
I've
you
been
know what I'm
everywhere.
saying? No, but I would say that's what I really a lot of that came from like, just like my parents are young. You know what I'm saying? So I was either like with my nanas. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
My grandmother, or I'd be over here with my aunts. You know what I'm saying? So I was just
Yeah.
But really though, shout out to them because all of my influences. You know what I'm saying? I'm influenced. Y'all would think like, oh, I've been pretty like, he's just on some fly shit. You know what I'm saying? Really though,
Yeah.
I'm influenced by every bit of music.
Nice.
I think that's cool though, because I think you like Dom says, and we'll get into it more when we talk about the music, I guess too. But we think you have a Phoenix sound, and to me, that's like definitely in all respect to people that are natives here. I know that's a big deal because it's rare, but to me, it's like
Very
there's
rare.
a big part of the culture is that it's a mix of people from a lot of other places, and
Exactly.
so I think you have that sound of Phoenix to
I
me.
appreciate
and
that.
and I know Dom agrees, and it's like to hear that is like, yeah, it makes sense because that is a lot of people in Phoenix, and that's how you feel out here too, But
Exactly.
but it gets in your blood too, you
No,
know.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, that's very funny because I feel like when I make music, that's one thing that like I don't want to. I have a lot of influences. I could sound like on some rock shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's
We're
like,
gonna talk
we're
about
gonna
those
talk about
tracks.
that,
We'll
dude.
get into those tracks.
but it's like at the same time though, I don't want to sound like nothing. I want to birth a sound. You know what I'm saying? So really, it's like, no, like I've been pretty. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like, go check it out.
And
you
it's
know?
perfect, man, because I honestly like sum that up to a point about you is I feel like you do have your own sound. And
appreciate
a lot of the tracks and the music that we are going to talk about and
Appreciate
go over, like I told Jared, I'm like, once you start hearing his music and you get familiar with him, if the songs come up in the shuffle, you know right away, like, oh, that's a pretty track.
It's especially when you're like exploring an artist for the first time and like trying to get into them or see what they got, and it's like sometimes you'll hear them on a feature and maybe you're like, I don't know this crew, and I'm
Yep.
trying to pick out which one is which.
Right.
Not the case, dude. Right away,
Hell yeah.
it's cool, man. It's very distinct.
Hell yeah. I appreciate that. I
Absolutely,
definitely
bro.
appreciate that.
I want to get your perspective because Jared kind of mentioned it. So like, I'm not technically from Arizona, but I've been out here a while now, and now that we've had this platform and been able to connect with other artists, we have I would say at this point, boys, maybe you agree, Drew and Jared, but we have a pretty good understanding of different types of artists in Phoenix. There's different crews, different sets,
Always
different sounds.
growing the understanding of it too, because I feel like there's more and more every day. But yeah, getting there.
And
Yep.
and I was telling Jared, I'm like, it's interesting if you look at it from an outsider's perspective in terms of, I would say maybe a sound, a look, and what someone would expect maybe a Phoenix artist to sound like or be like. The two artists that in my mind first come are Pretty and 602 Byron.
Okay.
Yeah,
I know who
Do
you're
you feel
talking
like
about.
that's kind of an accurate thing to say, or?
Yeah. That's funny that you said that because not too long ago he performed. Reggie and Matt were DJing and he performed.
Oh, I was at that show. I think
Okay.
was that the one like with Mavericks?
I think so.
People.
I
Okay.
think so.
Yep.
I was literally in the neighborhood and boom, I had my son with me. So I was like, hey, like and my girl. So boom, I left them in the car and I just ran in real quick and he was performing and I was like, damn, I didn't know who it was.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, who is this? And they're like, boom, they told me his name. They're like, he's young. Matt was like, oh, blah, blah, 602 Byron. He's young. And I was like, his presence is cool. And I thought the same thing. I said, I don't know where he's from, but I know exactly where he's from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Maryvale to be
Yeah,
specific.
No,
When I
be
got you.
specific.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
No,
Yep,
just
yep.
like just the way him and his homies came on, I was like, he's probably from the west side
Yep.
on Maryville.
Let's
you know what I'm
go.
saying?
But like,
And
if you close your eyes and like, and then you're like, okay, I'm not from here. What would I kind of picture? It's like, yeah, I see we got. I
It's
get it.
you
Yeah.
know it makes
Yeah, yeah.
sense, man. Hey, what about a pretty 602 Byron album or EP?
oh shit,
A few tracks?
I never even chopped it up with him like that. You know what I'm saying? So we don't even know each other like that. But
We'll put it out in the
Yeah,
ether, dude. We'll just put
we're
it out
gonna
in the
set it-
universe.
set it
dude.
right
we'll just,
here.
you know
we'll
what I'm
float
saying?
whatever out
Just
there.
like that. Nah, but shout out to him though. Like I see him doing his thing, and that shit's fire. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I literally, no matter where you from, if you really put it on for the city,
Yeah.
Doesn't matter out here. Yeah.
it don't matter to me. Like all respect to you. You know what I'm saying? And from what little of I saw, bro, he walked in and I believe he had a Mexican flag. And I think it had like 602 on it or something like that. I remember like seeing something like that. I was like, oh, that shit's fire.
That's
so it's
sick,
like
okay.
he's really representing like that. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
based
So
on
like,
Dom was there though.
Yeah, it was a cool show, and he did, man. He had a gang with him. He had a chick with him, and then he came on, did his thing, and I was like, and then the buzz, because the buzz was kind of happening then, and then his buzz just took off even more after that. I feel
that's
like,
what's up.
Backdoor
Yeah,
boy,
no,
pretty though.
yeah, no doubt, man. So pretty. Who I'm interested to hear about who you're influenced by artist wise. So, who are some artists you fuck with right now or listen to more than some others? Maybe.
Okay.
Would you say?
So for sure, I'm gonna start with just saying like I'm a music nerd. Like I'm happy to say that I'm a music nerd. So to even like put me in that like predicament, you know what I'm saying? Like
It's a tough
because
question.
that's tough. Like I feel like
Yeah.
I'm taking light off of some of the others. You know
We're
what I'm
open
saying?
to
But
qualifiers. You can qualify it however you want. We you know what I'm saying? You can put the asterisk on it.
I'm gonna just throw out my top ones. Like
Let's go.
so for sure, one of my big inspirations is Draco the Ruler, R.I.P. You know what I'm saying? I'd have to say Baby Smooth. He's definitely
Dang, I'm not familiar.
Yeah.
Okay.
We
Baby
don't know
Smooth
Baby
is up in there for sure. And I love different shit, bro. I love shout out Lil Peep. Rest
Okay.
in peace. Rest in peace. Like I've on my SoundCloud, if you go through my likes, I got every Lil Peep song up in there. Like no
Damn,
joke.
okay.
I would definitely have to say, damn, there's so many. I'd have to say Babyface Ray.
Okay.
Just like some that are just like obvious, you know what I'm saying? But
I feel like Future's got to be in there, man, because I
oh,
know,
yeah.
Man.
I know some of
Future,
them lines
okay.
about the
We hear
ladies.
some
So
influences of Future in the music.
Future Hendrix, dude.
okay, so I just want to say, like I would say more so like when it comes to my influences as like an artist, because I'm gonna say like I consider myself an artist.
Absolutely.
Just I feel like, you know, to everything, like everything is art, you know what I'm saying? Everything that I got on, it's a piece to me, you know what I'm saying? Like I piece it together, like my music, I piece it together, but I get the influence from literal art, you know? And so it's like when it comes to that, I would definitely have to say Future to me, like the well-roundedness, like the just like, you know what I'm saying?
It's the longevity too, dude.
He embodies like, you know what I'm saying? He's pretty too.
It's a rock
You know what
star.
I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
dude.
my
Yes.
boy is beautiful
Yep.
and like
Fluid
literally
Tycoon,
ASAP
regular.
Rocky, like ASAP Pretty Flacco. You know
Yes,
what I'm saying?
man,
Like,
that's Jared's
that's
boy,
my
man.
guy,
I
dude.
was, I was
ASAP's
young,
just-
like bumping ASAP Rocky heavy and like just the whole ASAP mob. Like I'm a fan of like of collectives.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like and you know, it feels a certain way when someone does it right.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And sometimes like you could do something and it doesn't mean you're doing it wrong, but that just might not be the thing for you.
Yeah.
But it's like certain people is like Future can't be no other way.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, the true collective is everyone puts something in, and it's mutually beneficial for the entire group. It's like when you
Right.
get that and no one's putting something in, they're just leeching at that point, and that's when it doesn't
Literally.
work for sure. You know.
Literally.
Yeah. I feel like Drew's got a question coming, Jared.
Man, I
Or
had to-
or an
it was-
observation. Go
It
ahead.
was definitely an observation. It was brewing in my head. Pretty, I have a question to ask you.
What's poppin',
It seems
bro?
like the artists that you chose for people that you're inspired by, and then obviously with Future Hendrix, mentioning the way he presents himself, it seems like you're very particular when it comes to details of not just the music they put out, but the branding, what they wear, the color schemes. It seems like you're really
Exactly.
deep into the aesthetics of things.
So I'm like OCD. So like I got weird OCD, and I'm very, bro, I notice every detail. Like not even of just like walking in here, you know what I'm saying? I'm very like aware,
Yeah.
and I've been like that my whole life. And I feel like I just know, like, kind of like I said, like I know when something works and when something doesn't. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like as a grown man, like I just know. You know
Yeah, I
what
couldn't
I'm saying?
necessarily tell you exactly what it is, but I'll tell you when I see it.
Right.
Correct.
Once it's
So-
there, I know it. Yeah, I get what you mean. I know exactly what you mean, man.
Exactly. So I feel like, you know, to bounce off of that, really all of my biggest inspirations are people who, they embody the whole thing. It's
Put
like
thought into it. Yeah.
when it comes to down to the very last detail.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's almost some weird like nitpicky shit, but I feel like the best artists, even to painters, like the best artists in the world, they're nitpicky. It's almost like it's kind of weird, you know what I'm saying? And I could be honest, bro. Like you guys, all my homies, like I'm kind of weird. Like I'm the homie that like you could probably see. Like I'll be in the back, hella quiet. You know what I'm saying? But like I'll be laughing.
Flyest
You know,
guy at the
we'll
party
be
with the
saying
burner
something.
tuck,
Keeping
bro.
game, dude.
You know what I'm
Keeping
saying?
game.
Flyest
yep.
guy at the party with the burner tuck.
Come on,
Let's go.
come on, literally, literally.
man.
Man.
Hey, do you let the homies know when they're not looking right, when they're looking a little grimy, and you're like, yo, you need
Little
to change
dusty?
that outfit, dog. Yeah, you can't come out with me
Some
if you looking
positive,
like
some positive reinsurance.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I'll be
Constructive
like,
criticism. Yeah.
nah, we like literally, we talk shit. Like that's just,
Yep.
and like all of us, like, and I would say like all my brothers are like they good at talking shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it's like damn near, and I just want to say like a lot of times they might beat me to it just because they know, like, you know what I'm saying? If like they might as well just get it first
Well,
before
You're all homies
nobody
that
get
know
a
each other's
chance.
tricks,
Yeah,
dude.
man,
Yeah,
you
it's
gotta-
game
Nah,
over, dude.
Nah, but I'll really though I'm not gonna cap. Most of my homies like they fly. You know what I'm saying? And everybody got their own little shit that they do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, like literally everybody, they be doing their thing. And so most of the time it's a compliment. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
so-
my boy, like you got it. Like, all right, all right. You know what I'm saying? Like my
that's
boy right
funny.
here, bro,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
showed up today. My boy has some locks like me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My brother popped up today, and I'm like, damn, my boy,
grew up.
like, you
Yeah,
a
you
new
say
man.
looking
You know what I'm
good.
saying? But it's like, nah. It's all love. It's all love.
Guys
Even-
got to support each other too,
Got
man.
to.
You know what
Hell
I'm saying?
yeah,
You
no,
gotta say
it's-
each other straight, but gotta support each other too.
Man.
No, I'll tell him, "For you ugly as hell."
But here's how you fix it. That's what a guy does.
Nah, hell yeah, but that's gang though. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
It's always love.
Well, speaking of gang, what next thing I think is a good segue into is definitely want to mention and talk about DDI. Again,
dog.
since we've been on this journey, we've kept up with certain people, certain crews, and once we found Doozy, and then we met Eli Bands, we heard about you, Reggie. I mean the team,
Hippie Matt,
Hippie Matt, the whole crew, man. So just if you can, man, shed some light on the relationships with those guys and what that means to you.
Man, I'm gonna say this: DDI, home, like straight up.
That's a good answer. Damn.
Yeah,
I can
love
say
that.
that
Home.
right off the bat. Like, shout
Yeah,
out to DDI.
get that.
Hell
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
yeah, 2 times. Nah, those guys, like, I could really say, God damn, shout out again. Like, I'm thinking about it all.
Yeah, yeah.
It's so much I can't even say. You know what I'm saying? But Doozy, I could literally say it. I wouldn't be where I'm at without Doozy.
I think
Straight up.
Reggie said the same thing when he was on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be this without Doozy. Straight up.
Wow.
Respect.
And we see, man, we said this on Reggie's episode, Drew. I think you remember, like, Doozy stays working. Like he'll post stuff in the studio, and it's like you could tell. I look at it the next morning. It's like, man, he was up at 2, 3, 4 in the
Yeah,
morning.
yeah,
like
my
It looks
boy
like
grinding.
he's got a good bounce, so it looks like he mixes a little pleasure with the work too.
You got
Sometimes
to.
too.
I
like
would
it,
assume
dude.
in that role you'd have to. Drew would know. He's an engineer too.
Hey,
when
my
you're working
boy-
those hours.
My boy gets to work. Nah, straight up. Like that's big dog in there.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Nah, shout out to my brother. Doozy's one of the most smartest dudes that I've ever met in my life. Just like literally I could say I wouldn't be right here without Doozy. He put me on to game as far as like life. You know what I'm saying?
Not just music.
Yeah, and
That's
I'm a firm
important.
believer is like everything happens for a reason. You
Definitely.
know? My brother, me and Chico were sitting up in the crib and we was on some grimy shit, right? And I told him, I'm like, hey, like, my boy, I'm sorry that I got you on this road. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yep.
And I was like, I should be a better, a better mentor to you. You know what I'm saying? But we just doing what we got to do for $1. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
for
saying?
sure.
We just, and like, sometimes you just end shit.
Yeah,
You know?
that's
Yeah.
100%.
And you being
There's
young and
nothing
like,
wrong
you
with
just
that.
want to be,
As long as you're working, yeah.
And so we up in the crib, not even fucked up. We were good, but I was just like, I told him though, I said, hey, and we were just fucking around making music, like dropping little songs on SoundCloud. That's it. I told him, I said, hey, one day we're gonna have a team and we're gonna grow this. And I swear, and I shit you not, like that shit happened. Like I literally
Here you are, yeah.
boom, like the world knew I was serious about that shit, and it created it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I don't know now. I know like you got to be careful with your words. You know what I'm
Correct.
saying?
Always.
Because
Damn.
like you could be really serious about something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And basically it's like the world will just open that up for that to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if you're right then, like it could happen.
Yeah.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
it's just crazy. Like I feel like I opened that up and I was like determined to get it. And so it was like all these things like happen really like on some just like cliche type shit.
Yeah.
Boom. I remember probably like 2018 or something like that. I had said that to him. A couple months later, I seen like somebody on Instagram shooting a music video, and it was like I felt like my algorithm at the time wasn't
dialed into you? Or
on
was
to
it-
like
yeah.
this little scene,
Sure.
right?
I got you.
Okay.
So I really didn't know many people that made music besides like me and my bro, and maybe a couple little dudes over here.
Sure.
You know. Then I see like these dudes shooting music videos. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. Then like we really never had the connection to like a real nice studio.
Right.
So, we kind of always have like the homie who like he's like kind of good, but he's not. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like in the crib, so it's
Making
just like,
do, yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
He can
So
hit the
then-
record button. That's about it.
No, exactly. But then, boom, I somehow get Doozy's information, and I'm like, I see this studio. I'm like, damn, like this is tight. Like I never seen nothing like this. So I get Doozy's information, and I go up in there, and really I was just more so like, I was like, damn, I'm blessed. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like
Yep.
I'm about to record up in a nice studio.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, hell yeah, my first time, blah blah. And I had just came back from New Mexico, and I did like my first like out of state show, and I
Nice.
only had like 2 songs out on
Hey,
SoundCloud,
man.
We're in New
you know?
Mexico. I've been around a little bit.
Yeah, no, some of my family's from over there, so I kind of like I was familiar. You know what I'm
Nice.
saying?
Okay, yeah.
And no, I had there's a group, or they were a group out in New Mexico, and basically they like wanted to basically like host a show
Yeah.
for themselves, and then they were like, hey, they fuck with my shit.
They're
so-
like,
That's
we need
sick, dude.
IBeenPretty.
We
you know.
need Pretty.
We
Get
need
him out
Pretty,
here, dude.
Exactly. And so yeah,
Pretty quick.
shout out to them. Shout out the homie Robert.
That's sick, man.
Shout out the homie Synergy, and yeah, all them boys. I'm forgetting a couple of
No.
names, but
So one thing I want to say, and it still ties in, is you talked about being a team. So at that show that you're talking about, that 602 Byron was at, there was a moment when I was facing the DJ booth and Reggie was behind the booth, Hippie Matt was next to him. You were on the other side of him. And I just remember, maybe because I was, under the influence, but I'm looking at you guys and I'm like, the only thing that's missing is Doozy and a big DDI sign, because I felt the presence of DDI just being across from you.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's just what it was. And I remember, because I remember texting Jared. I'm like, hey, I saw Pretty, but I didn't get to chop it up with you. But I ran into Hippie Matt, and I talked to Reggie, and then we got Reggie on. But man, like, again, we notice you guys. We see what you're doing. We see the work ethic.
Hell
you guys are, you got the podcast stuff.
Yep.
You're an artist. Reggie's an artist. I mean, the whole crew.
Yep.
Y'all work.
Is doing something, contributing.
Big time, yeah.
Yep.
Everybody got their own shit going. You know what I'm saying? Like we're really together, but everybody got their own little piece of the bus. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nah, for sure. That's
dope.
big facts. Yeah, I fucking met Doozy, and that shit really we fucked with each other off rip. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like Doozy like recognized like, oh, like there's nobody be making music like this.
Yeah.
And I walked up in there. I feel like what sparked it was I walked up in there with a USB of my own beats.
Dang.
And
Yeah,
I
so you
was
respected
"Yo,"
that.
And I be stemming them out. So he was like, "Oh shit,
Mhm.
like, you really."
Yeah, that's how you get on the engineer's good side.
Yeah, no,
Drew
exactly,
knows,
my
Drew
boy.
knows.
Yeah,
That's what he does, yeah.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so exactly, he was like, he looked at me, he was like, "Hey, like that's what's up, bro."
I like how you operate.
Exactly, and I just, like I said, I'm OCD, so I like shit organized, you know. So
Yeah.
boom, I that's how I gotta have it. I'm on everything. So he was like, he just fucked with it, you know. And I was up in there, you know, sipping drink, doing my thing, you know. I was all off it, and made my couple little songs. And he was like, "Hey, bro, you know, like that shit was hard, you know. Come back, like come back, you know." So yeah, I just like, and then I remember he hit me up, like not even on like no music shit. He just hit me up like, "Hey, you trying to like link with my boys?" And I was like, like let me see, you know. And at the time, like I took this little bitch with me, and we went
And you
down
hadn't met any of these guys before?
Nah,
Oh,
but like
wow.
I don't know. I
Getting
know
the DDI backstory here, dude. Let's
awesome,
go.
man.
No, it's like it was like I'm the type of person like I don't know. I like tapping in. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
of
saying?
course,
like
of
there's
course.
certain
You're a
people
connector.
is like
Yeah.
you know, and I feel like at a
Networker.
certain time period, you know, we were on a whole other type of time, you know.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I'm gonna tap in with these boys, you know. Boom, boom. I met Hippie Matt. I met Bam. You know what I'm saying? We all went to the strip club. You know, it was like on some first
So
time
you guys
I
go to
ever
Bliss
been.
or where we? Oh,
No, we went to
Band-Aids?
nah, the one that's
More of an Alaskan bush co guy.
Nah,
just
it's
kidding.
not Alaskan
Just
Bush
kidding.
Code. It's God damn it, it's not Vice. It's
Jaguars? Man,
nah, it's the one
Nikki's
that's
gonna kill
on
me.
Washington. Lay Girls,
Okay.
Girls, yeah.
Lay Girls.
We was up in Lay Girls, yeah,
a great name.
acting a fool, yeah. Nah, but like you know, I met them, and I had never seen a team like that. I'd seen a team like that, but only on some street shit.
Okay.
But these boys did everything,
Mm-hmm.
and like the music was on this different level. Like me and my bro, we never seen no music being made like this.
Yeah.
Doozy,
Yeah.
we were like, what the fuck? Doozy's, I knew off the bat. I just know music. I never went to school, but I'm a music nerd. And we've been doing music on our own for so long that I just know it. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
you
saying?
know when
And
you see the
making-
next level. Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm like, oh, this is him. Like, this is him, you know? And really, it's just like, I'm the type of person too, like, I'm loyal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I went there, bro showed me love. And it was like, I know some fake love for sure. And it wasn't no fake love. Like I said, Doozy, Matt, Bam, and them, genuinest dudes I've probably ever met. They're in the
Wow.
top 5
Wow.
for sure.
That's awesome,
Oh,
man.
man.
What year is this? So like when?
Is
Like
it 2018?
2018.
18?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pre-pandemic.
Yeah, pre-pandemic.
Oh yeah, pre-pandemic. Yeah. No, pre-pandemic. Oh god,
bro.
Yeah, no, that's funny as hell. Yeah, because right around that time is when I started like really taking music seriously, and no, they all really helped me out, man. Doozy is crazy. Like Doozy, damn, like we tapped in. That's
Yeah,
it.
that's
like
it, that's
I
it.
can't even say no more.
Well,
like
and-
we tapped in, and that's my boy. Like it's
and it's
on
evident,
it's
man.
it's next level. And I just want to
Yeah.
say, like y'all said, like when you seen us up in there, you could see me, you could see Reggie,
Yep.
you could see Matthew.
It felt like a unit. It felt.
I got DDI on my sleeve, but I don't got it on my sleeve
I
yet.
got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Hippie
But
Mac
it's
got it
like-
on his forehead.
Exactly. Like,
I saw that. I was like, he's for real about it,
That's awesome.
man.
That's commitment.
and it's not just like, oh no, like, oh, I just support them because they my friends. Like those dudes are my friends.
Brothers.
I look up to those dudes as role models in this business world. Those dudes have put me on to knowledge, to health,
Game.
to wealth, and for that, like,
What more could you ask for?
You know
It's the
what
kind
I'm
of
saying?
situation that sets you up to be independent instead of having to rely on a contract or something else and just like be completely going at it on your own. Like that's a huge benefit too. Like
Yeah.
And
Right.
DDI, one stop shop.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. That's it.
You
Yeah.
come to DDI,
full service.
Doozy's gonna give you a great mix. I mean, DDI in itself, it's a great environment. You're not gonna go to no studio in Phoenix that's like DDI. You're gonna go and you're gonna get one of the best mixes in Phoenix, and then as well, beats, multiple producers out of DDI. You know, when it comes to the cover arts, when it comes to the videos, when it comes to vlogs,
Guys
when
got
it
it
comes
covered.
to
Yeah,
making,
dude.
when it comes to
The
making a
videos
business,
tight too.
Yeah.
The videos are nice, high quality.
We
you can
we
tell.
need we need a few more videos for some tracks that we'll get into, but
Yes, sir.
but y'all kill it with the videos,
Yes, sir.
man. And so I know second half we're gonna hit you know, the music and stuff. If you guys have a question, because I got another one.
Go for it.
him real
No,
quick.
go for it.
You mentioned this producer, and I want to get into your producing start and how kind of that
Okay.
started. But I hear you mention Cursive Z a lot,
Okay.
and I think he's in one of the videos too. But
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was like, okay, pretty shouting him out quite a bit. I was like, this dude's got to be important. So talk to me about Cursive Z and who that is.
Yeah, shout out Cursive Z, man. So Cursive Z, he was a part of you know, No Class a long time ago, the early No Class before me.
Was that
you
the
know?
No Class Millionaires
Yes.
that Hippie Matt was doing?
Yes.
Okay.
So
Cool.
yeah,
Okay.
DDI or before DDI, it was basically. I mean, still is No Class. You know what I'm saying? DDI No Class is the same thing. You know what I'm saying? I be saying that too. But Cursive Z, basically he had went off. He's in Cali, and you know, he's got his own studio. He's got his own thing, and really like my boy's out there going crazy. You know what I'm saying? And he's really going like stupid crazy, and it's like reggae, like basically like the Latino culture, but like over there in Cali, like the Southern Cali area, that shit.
I can see that working out there for sure. Yeah.
You know, we went to Cali over there and had a couple shows and shit, and you know, thank you to him. You know, he showed us hospitality. We stayed out there with him and shit, and he kind of took us around to some of these events of his. You know,
What was it like,
Dang.
bruh?
I'm gonna tell you right now, like I ain't had that much fun in a long ass time. Like,
Let's go.
no joke, like, and it was crazy. Like it was crazy when those Latin clubs, they on a different type of time.
I
Like
can
their
imagine.
Oh,
like
yeah.
their speed is not no like it's not no Mill Ave. You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
not no like
No,
Old
no
Town.
LFA, yeah.
yeah.
They're on a different type of time out there. Like they're
Westgate.
going
Yeah.
10,000 miles an hour. It was beautiful. But nah, shout out Cursive Z. Really I would say like in 2021, he was coming out here and staying frequently.
Okay.
And so he was really pushing making beats very frequently. And this is when DDI was over in Mesa.
Okay.
And through that, I got my own little pretty, you know? And so definitely shout out to him because he definitely and I'd say damn near I think I used every beat that Cursive Z has ever slid me besides two. They're out.
That's crazy
like,
hit rate.
the song.
That's
Yeah,
crazy hit
that's
rate.
a success
yeah.
rate. My ass, dude. He ain't
Yeah, no,
missing
so
too much.
Shout out Cursive Z.
Hell yeah.
You know, big producer. Like bro is probably one of the best producers that I know personally.
Wow.
High praise.
Yeah, he he's probably, you know, doing the best as far as in the music scene. You know, that's how my boy lives his life, you know. So shout out to Cursive Z over there in Cali,
Oh, yeah.
doing his thing, you know what I'm saying, thugging it out.
Well, let's
Hell
go.
yeah.
Let's go from Cursive Z to pretty producing, because Jared, I know
Okay.
some of these beats we hear. Again, I call it a pretty sound. When you hear it after
Thank
you
you.
get familiar, you're like, that's a pretty sounding beat. So
Trap pretty, Rockstar pretty.
Okay.
let's go.
Sometimes you get a little glimmer of In His Feelings pretty, but I feel like other than that is back to trap pretty quick, and I like that. But
And I'm
it's just
not
a
trying to be
glimmer.
biased, but that's my favorite pretty. I think is the
Trap
the,
pretty.
is the
Yeah,
trap
absolutely,
pretty.
dude.
Trap pretty, yeah.
Okay.
But we love pretty in all shapes and forms,
all
man.
four, all four.
Yeah, no, like I said, I can't even like, I couldn't even like scratch the surface of my influences. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, just know I got so many beats that some of them are like, I'm in my feelings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would say though, from like the viewer standpoint though, I feel like some of them will be the hardest beats, and y'all won't even know that I'm actually really upset at the crib.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so it'll be
That's
going
deep.
in, but it's still emotional. It's not just a party song.
That
It's just a
sounds kind of
banger.
like
Right,
Future,
okay, I see
isn't
what you're
that like?
saying. Yeah, that's true.
Future
Yeah,
has
that's
some
true. He
songs
goes
like
hard,
that,
says-
right? Because
he
he'll have
says
these
crazy
emotional
shit.
songs. You're like, but damn, he's being toxic as hell in this
Talking about
emotional
having the monkey
shit.
on his
you know
back.
what I mean?
Bro, my toughest moments in life, I've learned that when I make music, that's when that shit is. That's when it
It's
slaps.
good, huh?
Whether it's I make a beat, whether it's I think of an idea, whether if it's I make a song, whatever. Like, usually when I'm in it, I'm a type of person when I get in there, I don't like it. You know? I'm just natural. You know?
Yeah.
So I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? I'm out of here. You know?
That's
But
awesome.
growing, I understand that that's just a part of this shit.
Yeah,
and
for
so
sure.
I
That's
know
the discipline. You stay there and keep doing it.
Right.
It's not fun.
Right.
But you stay doing it. Yes.
And I know now that is when I get my biggest prize. You know? When I'm fucking
just on the other side of that.
but I'm just like boom. You know what I'm saying?
Not feeling
And
yourself
that's-
all that day.